clip begins with a large group of bikers making the streets unsafe for everyone by causing mayhem and driving recklessly. After doing this the entire time they were on the road, a truck driver finally sees this and gets pissed enough to do something very dangerous. Practicing safe motorcycle riding is crucial to prevent accidents, protect lives, and ensure a responsible, enjoyable riding experience for everyone on the road. Also getting mad after the retaliation from the truck driver, the bikers decide to annoy and anger him more by doing something shocking. The clip ends with the truck driver driving off after the intense interaction. A cyclist can be seen recording himself approaching a large group of bikers waiting for the stoplight to turn green in an intersection. At first, everything remains normal with all commuters following the stoplight. Things take a dark turn though, after the leader of the biker gang does this. Running red lights endangers lives, increases the risk of severe accidents, and leads to legal consequences and penalties. The other people on the other side of the intersection are left with no other choice but to let the bikers go ahead to avoid trouble. Hopefully, these reckless bikers were arrested for endangering the lives of others. An unlucky passerby decides to start recording after he sees a violent gang in mopeds doing something horrifying to a store in broad daylight. If you witness a robbery in progress, stay safe, avoid confrontation, and immediately call emergency services to report the incident. Recording robbers during a robbery can escalate the situation, endanger your life, and distract from the primary need to stay safe and alert authorities. After finally getting what they want, the robbers then rush to flee the scene while the witness decides to go inside the store and record the aftermath. It's crazy to think how unafraid criminals are of the law these days. The clip begins by showing two sides in the middle of a loud protest, police officers and bikers on one side and protesters on the other. Everything appears to be peaceful at first, with both sides refusing to get too close to the other to avoid confrontation or escalation. Things take a dark turn though after the bikers decide to leave and a protester decides to get in his way, leading to this happening. To keep protests peaceful, communicate clear goals, follow legal guidelines, practice non-violence, and work with authorities to ensure safety and order. Finally, the bikers are able to leave, ending the close encounter. While waiting for the traffic light to turn green, this unsuspecting driver sees something shocking happening in front of him, making him start recording. Wearing a fake biker gang jacket can provoke real gang members, lead to misunderstandings, and potentially cause violent confrontations or retaliation. The fake gang member is unable to do anything but let the real gang member take his jacket off him, embarrassing him in front of others. Thankfully, no one was injured during this terrifying and shocking encounter. A brave girl on her way to a protest is suddenly approached by a group of men, angrily urging her to take her protest sign down.
Go.
I'm being peaceful.
You're not. It doesn't matter. Go.
Go.
Bill.
Do not touch me. I'm being
Nobody's touching
peaceful.
you.
Get away. You do not need to be this close to me.
I'm being peaceful.
She refuses to listen to them, standing her ground despite the men constantly making threats about her getting hurt by what she's doing.
Girls,
Okay.
come on. Let me
Yes,
ask
Bill.
you to your car. Go. They're going to
I'm
get
being
help. There's a
peaceful.
crowd of 1,000 people going to be here in a
Good for
minute.
them.
I would go.
This is
After what felt like hours of heated back and forth, finally ends horribly after the men decide to stop arguing and do this instead.
They raped my son because I'm...
Protesting can be dangerous due to potential clashes with law enforcement, counter-protesters, and the risk of escalating violence in large crowds. It's ironic how they were the ones who ended up hurting her. In this intense encounter, a police officer's dash cam records a motorcycle rider fleeing from the cops in this very dangerous chase. Police chases are dangerous because they can lead to high-speed accidents, harm innocent bystanders, and increase the risk of fatalities and property damage. Despite being asked to stop multiple times earlier in the video, the biker still refused to, until finally his bike gave in and ran out of gas. After finally stopping, the biker gets off his bike and surrenders, but the cop remains weary of him, leading to this terrifying confrontation. The biker was then arrested after the cop successfully deemed him harmless. Dangerous bikers, known as bosozoku, are a problem in Japan, often engaging in reckless behavior and causing public disturbances. Cops in this video can be seen desperately trying to apprehend the men while they drive circles around them, making fun of their futile attempts. Punishments for bosozoku activities in Japan include fines, vehicle confiscation, imprisonment, and increased police crackdowns to curb their disruptive behavior. Moments later, the cop finally catches the biker off guard, forcing the biker to abandon his bike and leading to this very dangerous chase. We can only wish that this dangerous biker was arrested as the video cuts short. This next video is very similar to the previous one, as it shows 3 bikers slowly driving, while 2 police cars can be seen following them. Police drive slowly when criminals slow down during chases to reduce the risk of accidents, maintain control, and prevent the suspect from attempting dangerous maneuvers. The punishment for being caught after a police chase can include fines, imprisonment, vehicle impoundment, and additional charges related to the chase and any other crimes committed. Unfortunately, the clip ends abruptly, and what happens next remains to be unknown. What was supposed to be a relaxing outing for these 3 Hell's Angel bikers unexpectedly turns into a nightmare after this happened. The unexpected arrest goes like how you would expect it to, with the gang members getting forced into the ground and handcuffed immediately. Unfortunately, we cannot find enough sources to identify the reason for the arrest, but it must have been bad judging from how they were arrested. Hell's Angels biker gang members can be dangerous due to their involvement in organized crime, violence, and illegal activities, posing risks to public safety. The end of the video shows the criminals getting escorted to the police cars. 3 friends can be seen driving around a neighborhood after they were called to take care of an escaped iguana. After finding a good parking spot, the group decided to stop there, only to get told off camera that they weren't allowed to park there. Thinking this was unfair due to the area being public, the group decided to ask for help from a biker gang member from across the street.
Tell them they can kiss your ass. Come on. Hey, listen, if you're gonna, if they say no trespassing because they're deciding to tell you no, they don't own county road. That's what they have to do.
After giving them helpful advice on how to deal with the situation, the biker gang member decides to say something else, shocking everyone.
Has anybody ever told you anything with wearing that?
Nah, it's actually my first time.
That's my motorcycle club right there. That's in the nine states and 2 countries.
Thankfully, the interaction remained peaceful, and they were able to do their job safely. This car's dash cam captures a car and a motorcycle behind it, minding each other's business when the biker suddenly decides to overtake. You should be careful when overtaking cars to avoid collisions, ensure clear visibility, and prevent accidents caused by misjudging speeds and distances. At first, everything remains to run smoothly, but things take a dark turn after something unexpected happens. The driver recorded the incident, and the car in front of him immediately rushed out of their vehicle to help the crashed rider. Everyone was okay, except for that biker's expensive motorcycle. What was supposed to be a heartfelt funeral unexpectedly turns into a raging argument after a drunk guy gets into a heated confrontation with a biker gang. The drunk guy can be heard cursing and insulting the biker gang multiple times, while also challenging them repeatedly to a fight.
You didn't know the boy. You want that? Line them up one at a time. We got enough people to keep it straight. He didn't know him, but he still respects.
Challenging biker gangs to fight is extremely dangerous due to their propensity for violence, organized retaliation, and potential for severe harm. Fortunately for him, the gang members decide to ignore him, leaving the area after a while. 2 guys can be seen wreaking havoc on an intersection using a loud motorbike by driving recklessly while cops watch them. Unable to do anything at the moment, the cops watch as the men do donuts in the middle of the street, taunting them. Cops in Japan are not typically afraid of bosozoku, but they take their disruptive behavior seriously, employing strict measures to control and disband these groups. The cops finally decide that they have seen enough, making a move and leaving the 2 criminals rushing to leave the scene. Unfortunately, it is unknown if the bikers in the video were arrested. It seems like Japan has a bosozoku problem, as this video features another one of these disruptive bikers endangering other people's lives. The cops try to urge the criminal to surrender, but expectedly fail, as the rider knows that there is no way that the cops can catch up to him on foot. Some members of the crowd can be seen watching and cheering for the rider, while others can be seen with annoyed looks directed at the rider. Japan has experienced a decline in the bosozoku problem due to stringent laws and effective police measures, but remnants of these groups still cause occasional issues. Hopefully these types of riders won't be a problem in the future. What was supposed to be a quiet night on the highway suddenly becomes the opposite after a biker and his friend decide to do something shocking. A large crowd of people can be seen watching the whole spectacle, some cheering for the cops to win, while others cheer for the bikers instead. It's common sense not to taunt cops because it can escalate situations, lead to arrest or legal consequences, and undermine respect for law enforcement authority. But for criminal bikers, taunting cops and impressing strangers on the street while endangering others is just part of the fun. The clip cuts after the cop and the bikers leave the camera, leaving the ending unknown. This driver's dashcam records a normal drive on a clear road when all of a sudden, a group of bikers decide to overtake their vehicle at high speeds. Despite the dangerous situation, the driver manages to remain calm, allowing the bikers to pass to avoid any incidents. Moments later, the driver gets the last laugh after he finally catches up to them due to the bikers getting held up by police officers. Everyone should follow the speed limit to ensure safety, prevent accidents, comply with the law, and reduce the risk of severe injuries or fatalities. Safe to say that the only thing that was harmed in this encounter were the bikers' egos. A quiet night on the highway unexpectedly becomes noisy and annoying after a group of reckless bikers decide to ruin everyone's night. Police were quick to respond to the complaints of noise and dangerous driving, but they were unable to do anything due to the boomers not respecting them. Some bikers are not scared of cops due to a rebellious attitude, confidence in evading capture, or involvement in organized crime which emboldens them. Cops seriously need to step their game up before someone gets seriously hurt. After getting into a terrifying crash, this biker can be seen arguing with a driver. It's honestly something you should watch for yourself.
NRMA, okay.
NRMA!
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
You hate me, man. When I'm not
Road rage is bad because it endangers everyone on the road, leads to aggressive driving behaviors, and can result in accidents and violence.
angry, you have to not angry, you know?
I don't care, I'm very angry. One, you pulled in front of me without indicating.
Man,
You then pulled up without...
However, when you're in the midst of an argument, avoiding road rage can feel as impossible as flying. This often leads to tense and confrontational interactions.
Look,
Your
brother,
bloody tail lights don't
You was very slow and I changed my line. Then you have no right to come in.
Well, at least no one got hurt, which is the most important thing. A group of bikers can be seen trying their best to cooperate with the cops, despite being detained for no reason.
I just don't know what the complaint is. This is the way it always is. You get a group of bikers, and then, you know, somebody doesn't like the noise, and then the next thing you know, somebody's fucking calling in a complaint.
The other bikers who are seeing this incident get furious, but remain composed enough to hold themselves back from arguing with the cops. Things take a dark turn, though, after cops allegedly find a warrant for the arrest of Gary Busey, who was one of the bikers that were detained.
Put your hands behind your back, all right?
Apparently you have more in California.
You have some ID on you?
No, I don't.
Whoa, what the
Gary Busey is an American actor, known for his roles in films like The Buddy Holly Story, Lethal Weapon, and Point Break, as well as his distinctive personality.
Why are they handcuffing him? What's the charge? What's the charge? What'd he do?
We'll deal with it. He's got warrants.
Gary?
Yeah, we're going to see if they're...
Unfortunately for us, the video ends short and we're unable to see what happens next. Ever heard of the saying, play stupid games, win stupid prizes? Well, I'm sure that's all you're going to be saying after watching this video. Cops have a hard time catching bikers due to their high speed, agility in traffic, and ability to navigate through narrow spaces, making pursuits challenging. Knowing this, the bikers can be seen taking advantage of this fact by maneuvering around the police cars, giving the law enforcement a hard time catching them. Despite their best efforts, the cop cars still stand no chance against the bikers. Seeing a moped rider getting robbed on the street, a group of kids who happened to see it decided that it would be a good idea to surround the crime scene. It's important to stay away from robberies to avoid being harmed, prevent escalating the situation, and allow law enforcement to handle it effectively. The criminals, finally getting annoyed at the teenagers crowding the ongoing robbery, decide to do something terrifying.
Oh, look, they're nicking the bike.
It is still unknown whether or not the victim was safe or if the criminals were arrested. It seems like even after all this time, cops in Japan still refuse to admit that they are still unable to stop reckless bikers like this. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that cars stand a 0% chance of outmaneuvering a biker skillfully driving a powerful motorcycle. Some cops catch bikers using coordinated strategies like roadblocks, aerial surveillance, communication between units, and advanced technology to track and intercept them. If only they would do this instead of pathetically following a criminal biker's donut trail. Cops in Japan use strict enforcement measures, including laws targeting bosozoku bikers to curb their disruptive behavior and maintain public safety. With all the illegal criminal biker activity going around, you'd think that cops would have already devised a foolproof system to stop these crimes. But it seems like they're still happy with their old ways of following a criminal biker slowly, hoping and praying for the rider to stop. We can only hope that cops take offenses like these seriously before anyone gets hurt. In this video, a cop can be seen pathetically driving in circles in an attempt to catch up to a reckless rider doing donuts in an intersection. Honestly, with all the times that this has happened, you can't help but root for the bikers instead, after seeing how stupid these cops are made out to be. In all seriousness though, I really hope that law enforcement crack down on this criminal activity harder, instead of throwing rookie cops to deal with it. Dangerous driving can kill lives, not only the lives of bikers, but also innocent people. This next clip shows the terrifying reality of leaving your motorcycle in an area controlled by ruthless and dangerous biker gangs. In the video, the gang can be seen rushing to escape after they successfully steal a motorcycle parked outside a store. Motorcycles are stolen for various reasons, including resale for profit, parts stripping, joyriding, and involvement in criminal activities like robberies or drug trafficking. Additionally, motorcycles can be easier to steal than cars due to their smaller size, lighter weight, and fewer security features, making them attractive targets for thieves. The last part of the video shows the thieves escaping while the bystanders watch in shock. A biker can be seen driving circles around cop cars after cops were asked to respond to them driving recklessly on the highway. Despite the law enforcement presence, the bikers can be seen taunting the police officers who are unable to catch them. Reckless bikers pose a significant danger to themselves and others on the road due to their unpredictable maneuvers, high speeds, and disregard for traffic laws. Law enforcement should try harder to catch reckless bikers to prevent accidents, protect public safety, uphold traffic laws, and deter future dangerous behavior. In this video, the bikers unfortunately managed to escape the cops after having fun. In this similar encounter, a biker and his friend can be seen doing donuts in the middle of the road while people watch in shock. Despite seeing the cops, the bikers continue doing their shenanigans, knowing that they won't be caught even if the cops try. Motorcycle accidents are particularly dangerous due to the lack of protective barriers, higher risk of severe injuries, and increased vulnerability to impacts compared to other vehicles. To avoid motorcycle accidents, practice defensive driving, wear proper safety gear, maintain your motorcycle, stay alert, and obey traffic laws at all times. The clip ends with the bikers escaping while the cops follow behind. At the beginning of this clip, a group of bikers can be seen waiting at the side for the road to clear up for them to be able to enter it. After a few minutes of waiting, the group finally starts entering the road, only for something unexpected to happen. Everybody on camera can be seen shocked by what just happened, but ultimately decided to ignore it and move on. You should always be alert when driving a motorcycle to anticipate hazards, react quickly, and stay safe due to the increased vulnerability of riders. Thankfully, no one was hurt during this unexpected bump. A group of bikers can be seen driving on a highway at high speeds, despite knowing the dangers of riding fast on a motorcycle. Moments later, their fun ride quickly becomes a nightmare after one of them loses control of their bike, leading to this happening. You should always ride safely on a motorcycle to prevent accidents, protect yourself and others, and ensure an enjoyable, responsible riding experience. Riding safely involves wearing protective gear, obeying traffic laws, staying vigilant, and regularly maintaining your motorcycle to minimize risks and maximize safety. Hopefully, the guy wasn't seriously hurt during this horrific incident.